Hey, welcome to the Geriatric Millennials. I'm Jayme.
And I'm Beth.
And we are two oldish, youngish ladies. What are we talking about?
We're talking about like 2000s style and body culture that seems to be coming back a little bit, which is terrifying.
It just makes me shake my head because I'm like, why?
Why?
None of this is flattering. None of this is cute.
None of this was good for our self-esteem back then.
I mean, it's weird.
It's weird.
It's weird.
And I'm seeing more and more of it, like, because low-rise jeans have started to have a comeback.
Why?
Which
I don't want to see your crack. I don't want to feel like my crack is hanging out. I don't want
any of that.
And it's uncomfortable. Also, it makes your body proportions look weird.
Well, and I mean, unless you grew up in that era, you do not know how far we've come with any type of body inclusivity or positivity.
Right.
Because literally when I was
skeletons.
Yeah. It was called heroin chic for a long time.
That's
like
horrible.
when in the late 90s with like Kate Moss and some of those models who, by the way, were like in their early teens. And that was the expectation for grown ass women to be like.
Well, they probably had severe
they were
eating disorders
some of
or
them,
something.
yeah. But it's just like I think part of it too is just like if you look at a girl who's 14, not fully developed, and that's already tall and lean, and you try to get grown ass women to conform to that, it's like, that's not real.
No.
Like I can't.
Oh no.
You know what I mean? Like
not at all.
You can't have girls that haven't even made it through puberty like be the standard for what women should be. Like it's so annoying. And you had to be skinny in the really late 90s and the early 2000s. It was like you had to have your clavicle bones like popping out, like ribs showing. The low-rise jeans would go right before your mons pubis. Like it was right before.
Oh, totally.
It was like,
I remember having a pair of pants. The zipper was like 2 inches.
Yeah. And it was like your whole stomach was out and it had to be flat. And it was like, it was rough. And you see like some of the pictures of like a lot of the like Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen and Lindsay Lohan and Nicole Richie and like Paris Hilton. A lot of those images from that season, I've seen them circulating more on like TikTok and stuff. And it's just like, oh my gosh, like people don't realize how emaciated people looked. And it was just like, even Hilary Duff. Yeah. Anyway.
Even like the makeup trends didn't help.
No.
Like, can we just talk about like the brown lip liner, the dark brown lip liner with then a gloss? It just is weird.
There was a lot of shimmer. There was a lot of like, just straight up like taking like silver shimmery all over your lid and just going.
Yeah.
Like it was just wild. Well, and I was at the Target the other day and they had they had pants that were straight out of like NSYNC, like silver pants, cargo pants. And a silver
cargo
jacket.
Pants are so huge right now. So cargo pants. I will say, okay, so we're getting more into the baggy trend.
Yeah.
Of baggy pants, which I like that better. I like it, but to an extent, not the super baggy.
Oh, like what are the JUCO jeans or something like that? They're like so wide. It's another level. You can fit like a whole thing in there. Yeah. It was just a different time. Like, I remember like frosted tips and very just interesting hairstyles. And again, like a lot of body dysmorphia. Like there's another video of like Jessica Simpson who like circulating from that era where she was in mom jeans performing at this concert with a black tank. I don't know if you remember that. And she got ridiculed for being fat and she looks completely average and normal. But at the time, she was considered like to be a fatty.
That's insane.
And you're like looking at her like, oh, she's a size like probably 4.
That's insane.
She's a heifer, Like it was just wild. I don't know that era. Like I just remember it was like all of a sudden I was very like kind of grungy, a lot of like flannels, and then I moved and like baggier pants, and then I moved to like Old Navy tees and like jeans and just like sweaters, and then all of a sudden the 2000s came and it was just like, what's happening? What's the millennia really messed people up because it was just again butterfly clips
Oh, and that's all now.
coming, yeah.
It's all in the stores right now.
Yeah.
All those
Baby
kind of clips.
tees and just like, I'm sorry, there's not a lot flattering about a crop top and low-rise jeans.
Right.
It just,
let's not do that combo.
It's right. I mean, it's just a lot, especially because the crop top wouldn't even be like a cute sweatshirt crop top. It was like a legit micro shirt.
Like, where's the other half of your shirt?
Yeah. And not like in the gross, like, you know, you kids today way, but just like, oh, legit, how is your shirt staying up? Like, are you not cold?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So I'm seeing a lot. So I like that we can recognize, okay, this has been here before, and we can just like take the good. Like, you can't with anything, but like take the good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are some things that I'm like, oh, how fun is this that this is back?
Yeah.
But a lot of it, I'm like, ooh.
I kind of like it too, like being at that age where like been there, done that. Because I have some people in my life that try to stay on trend to a point where it's like, that one's not for you, babe.
Yeah.
That one's not for you. Like you could wear it if you want to, but you're not the target market. It is in the junior section.
Yeah.
And I know you still want to shop there, but we're in our, 30s and 40s, and you might need to move up to just women's. Yeah. Which is hard. It's hard to move from like BP at Nordstrom's to, just the real women's collection.
Right.
I haven't been to the junior section in a hot minute, but it was a while ago. I was at the Macy's and they have the junior section, and I was just near it, and it felt like you need to be real careful not to cross that line. Because it looked like stuff that younger people would wear.
Yeah.
And I mean, not that you can't wear it at any age, but there was just a point. But yeah, I think the hardest thing for me about the 2000s is I was chubby, and low-rise jean and chub does not go well. Like, that's not an option. I remember seeing girls that were not afraid to show their bodies. I was afraid to show my body because I didn't want to get made fun of. So I ended up having to buy all my jeans. I bought all boys' jeans at the Gap.
And the boys' jeans fit you better because they weren't
when
low-rise?
I say boys, I mean like men's jeans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they weren't low rise; they were baggier. So it was just like it. I mean, the nice thing is you could buy the width, what is it called? The waist, and the length, right? Because I was short, I could get like a pair of pants that actually fit me.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was. I don't know. I just have major feels just because it was so.
Like negative?
It was so negative. Yeah. Because it's like, to this day, my perfect body image in my head, which I know this is wrong, is like Britney Spears at the VMAs, when she had her snake. And it's like, she was just so, and she wasn't like as emaciated as the other girls, but that was just like, you just had to be really, 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 really fit.
And so how do you think that's different to nowadays?
I think there's just more representation now, right? Okay. There's people of all body sizes. I mean, I still think in media we have an issue with like fat girl syndrome of like best friend, or the plot is that they're fat, but at least you see it. Even like the Barbie movie, you saw different size Barbies, which was nice. Yeah. I think that like, especially like influencers wise, there's influencers of all sizes, shapes, everything.
That's true. And there is so much more content accessible, like in social media in the form of your phone, which back in the 90s and 2000s, that wasn't a part of life.
No.
So
you only got what you saw on TV.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was only what was being like projected to us as what was good and right. And it was really thin, very not diverse. Yeah. And, good luck if you're trying to be anything other than that. So back in the day at the mall, there used to be this store. It was called like, I think it was called 537 or something like that, or not 246 for sure. But basically all the sizes in there only went up to like a size 7 juniors.
Jeez.
Or something.
So it was for children,
but it was marketed towards teens.
Jeez.
And I'm like,
that's not normal.
I'm in the husky section, I was a size 12 or 14 probably. And it was like, oh, okay, this isn't for me. So that was fun. I remember like my mom this sounds like bad and like I was some kind of weirdo, but I'd make my mom make my prom dresses and stuff, because at first I like to design them to be different, but also because I couldn't find stuff that was cute in my size, because they'd have like one large, but it was like I'd have to get it altered because I'm short. And it was like I've always been kind of like on the cusp of like I'm not plus sized in the sense of wearing plus size clothing because that's made with a different form, right? So you have standard sizes and you have plus sizes. So if I wear like a standard size large or extra large, that's what I normally wear. It fits very differently than like a plus size, like 1X. So I would try to go to like the plus size stores, but they didn't fit me because they were cut in a way that didn't go to my body. So I'm in standard sizes, but I'm chubby. So people are like, aren't you a little fatty? I'm like, first of all, yes. Secondly, you could still make me some clothes. And thirdly, it's fine. Like it's okay that we all have different bodies, but
100%.
the fat phobia was so strong. I mean, it still is, but it was just like so hard. And I love Delia's catalog.
Okay.
And I don't know if you had that.
No.
Oh, so it was like this, I mean, because we didn't have the internet. So you got this catalog and it had all the coolest fashion and it was so fun. And every once in a while I would get stuff from there and it usually fit, but it was still always that like that scary moment of like, you know, will this work for me?
Well, it's kind of like online shopping, but no, not at that level.
Yeah.
I just recently got sucked in to, so there's an influencer, I call the Mother Chic and I follow her and she's always posting really cute stuff. And so anyway, she had this outfit and it was like fake leather pants, but they weren't skinny jeans. They were like a little bit like flare or boot cut and they were short. Anyways, they were really cute. And I was like, that's what I want to look like. Like I want to wear those pants. I want that outfit for like feeling like cute and cool. So I ordered the pants, but they didn't look the same. They just didn't look the same.
Yeah.
And so, but I didn't know because I couldn't just try them on. But anyways, my point is that like you had the catalog and we have the internet.
Yeah.
And you still can't try it on.
No, it's so frustrating. Another thing that was very frustrating that I just need the youths today to understand is that like business casual chic was a thing. Yeah. So like when I was in college and we were going to the club, we were like in black slacks and a top that you would wear maybe to like, I mean, you could have worn it to work. Okay. It was very like a button down shirt and black pants. And it was a lot of that.
Oh.
I mean, it changed, but it was shocking how much like business casual chic there was. And when I say chic, I say that it was not, in like the really early 2000s, like where it was just like, oh, we're going out. Okay. Let me get my black pants and my flats on, my ballet flats. And we're going out.
So funny.
Yeah. It was just it was a real rough time. I think that probably one of my least favorite fashion times. Yeah. Like I like the early 90s, mid 90s, but like late 90s to like.
So what are you referring
2005.
to though? What is it?
What do you mean?
What did you not like specifically?
Well, I mean like
the low-rise jeans.
The low-rise, the cuts, the just kind of wackiness of it. Again, like just kind of oversized, kind of not oversized, like a lot of like baby doll shirts. And I don't know, I just didn't love it. Like it just wasn't great. I mean, I think by like it's like the late 2010s. That's not right. But like by like 2008, 2009, it was switching over kind of again. But, and people that are into fashion, like, no, idiot. It was this, and this. But that's what I remember. Like, I remember it going from like business casual. And then we went to statement necklaces and scarves and layering again. And even though like what's out today is like different than what I would wear necessarily. Like I love seeing like what people have so many more options.
Oh yeah.
And like you can totally get into your own niche. Like it's just like there's just so many more options because of the internet and being able to like go on Etsy and find like really cool, like I'm really into like, I know steampunk isn't necessarily a thing anymore, but like that kind of thing. Or I want to be like a goth girl, but I want to have it with like a fairy princess twist. And you can totally find that. Yeah. Where it's like before you had like, if you wanted to be goth, you had to go to Hot Topic. Yep. You know, if you were going to you go to the rave. I don't know if that was regional or not, but we had a rave, which we never could afford. And then it was real like, it was for girls that wore like crop tops and like their names would have been Stacy and they would have maybe driven a convertible.
Got it.
And then there was me at the Gap, you know, in the Old Navy and sometimes Abercrombie, but not really because Abercrombie back then was like, you did not go in there if you were oversized like 8.
Because they just didn't have anything.
They didn't have anything, and everything was cut so thin. Because I remember even like, I think that allegedly the CEO, I'm saying that because I don't really know. I feel like he had like some fat phobia stuff, and he had some stuff in articles and stuff saying that that's not who they want. And they would hire like the hot guys to work outside. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, totally.
And
spraying their perfume.
Yeah. But now Abercrombie is like, I see all of these mid-size influencers saying like, oh, I got my jeans at Abercrombie because their cuts have changed.
Oh.
And I'm just like,
they're finally getting
how the tides have shifted.
Right.
Like I would have never thought to shop there back in the day, because it was just like, it was a no-go because I had, thighs. Anyway, it was really hard to be in that era.
Well, let me just say, last week I went to Target for something else, of course, but I tried on a pair of jeans. They have Levi's there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I've ever even owned Levi's. I don't know. But I needed some pants that fit, that were not skinny jeans. Mm-hmm. And I tried on the flares.
Yeah.
And I ended up buying 3 pairs of flare pants. And it was so funny to me because one of them was like, they're not really jeans, but they're these pants that are flared, but they're black. And when I put them on, I had a flashback of going to work.
Yeah.
Because I had to wear black pants. That's what they looked like.
Yep.
The flare.
Yep.
The way that my shoes looked. You just see like the top of your shoes, the toes. And I felt like, oh my gosh, this is such a cute like silhouette. Like it's so cute. But it has taken me a while to buy a pair of flare pants. I don't know why. I mean, the trend has been back for a while. But I just didn't have any. And now I do. And
it's amazing.
I was excited. I was like, oh my gosh. Because I remember in the 90s buying my first pair of flare jeans.
Yeah.
I remember that because I had a friend and she was so pretty and stylish and she always wore flare pants. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I wanted to dress like her. And so I remember buying my first pair of flare jeans thinking, oh my gosh, these are so cute. And I'm doing it. I'm wearing flares and here I am again. Like 30 years later.
I just bought a truckload of flare pants from American Eagle, and that's all I wear now for jeans.
I feel like haven't you not always worn flare, but you do like a boot cut.
I do a boot cut because they just look better on me.
Yeah.
So I've always been kind of like a boot cutty type person, but now I wear legit flares. I mean, they're pretty flary, but I love them. I love the cut. And I remember when I was first wearing them, people at work kind of gave me the side eye. I'm like, you don't even know. Like, I'm not even that fashion, but I know that this is what it's going to be.
You're so right.
And now it's like flares.
It is.
Yeah. And still mom jeans. I bought a pair of mom jeans too. And they're high-waisted. It feels a little awkward. I feel like I have a front wedgie a lot of the time. So I haven't really been down with it, but
you might want to try some different brands to get the right fit. I am loving the high rise. I feel like that is what needs to be on my body for my lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I wish that it was back when I had young children because playing on the floor and all that, I'm like, that would have been nice. That would have been nice to have a high rise.
Well,
pants.
And I'm just having flashbacks to like, you really had to think about your underwear choices back in the day.
Oh, and then you always had to have like a under tank top to like, try to like get over that gap.
That is a millennial like thing because like I to this day cannot leave my house without having an under tank top on.
I think you've told me that. Yes.
Girl, it's a problem. Like the other day, all my tank tops were in the wash and I was just like, oh my gosh.
You couldn't even get dressed.
I was like, what am I going to wear today? And it felt so wrong. And then I found one that was like the wrong color to wear with the shirt. It was awful, but I was like, I have to wear it because I do not feel dressed unless I have a tank top on underneath my perfectly fine clothing that,
so funny.
I don't know. They ruined me. It's ruined. Like it's been 30 years, not that long. It's been how many years? 25 years of me wearing a tank top and not being able to stop. And I went to the Target recently to go get more because that's where I get my tank tops. And all of them were ribbed. I'm like, no, I just need a plain, like it can't be texture.
I will say that I do appreciate the shorter tops. Now, I'm not saying crop tops, but I am saying the length of t-shirts is higher. Yes, it's the waist. And so especially paired with a pair of high-rise pants, you can have that shorter length of shirt looks better. It just looks better. So I'm appreciating that.
Yeah, I am not. Because I keep finding all these cool, cute little V-neck sweaters, and then I pick them up and I'm like, why are you so short? Because I have a short torso. Or maybe, I don't know what it is, but they don't look good on me. They hit me right at a bump of chub. And so it's just like not cute. Yeah. And it's like, let me accent something.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. I mean, you could, but
but
you know what? You got to dress for your
I think you have to dress for your comfortability level first.
Yes, and I was going to say your body type and shape. Like you and I are very different, like built different, like the same.
Yes.
If we purchase the same shirt, it's just going to look, it's going to fit different. I mean, that's just,
Yeah. I'm a chicken nugget. And I say that not in a way to like discredit myself. I just think it's cute because I'm like a little nugget of a human being because I'm short and I'm stubby. But it's like, I think I'm freaking adorable. Jayme just posted a picture of herself online, which I was shooketh when you posted it.
What?
Actually, I think your husband posted it. Yes, because she's like in a full on, she's 40 something. Okay. Early 40s.
What picture?
Full on bikini.
Oh.
Flat stomach.
It actually wasn't a full on bikini. It was like a skirt bottom.
Okay, Jayme. Her midriff was fully out. She's like, hair is blowing in the wind. Not really. I was like, okay, girl, dang.
That was at the pool party.
I was like, yeah. They were looking like this hot couple. And I was just like, all right.
Yeah, like, Tony posted it. He was like, hey, because I had made a reel with a bunch of pictures and that was one of the pictures that was in it. And so he was like, can you send me that?
Yeah.
So anyway.
He's like, this is my woman. And I was like, okay, Tony. He's looking good too, though. I was just like, what are they doing? What are they drinking in their household?
Well, we're doing a lot of dancing.
That's probably it.
I mean, we were at a dance weekend that week that was taken. So that's part of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I was just like, okay. Different worlds, man. Different worlds.
Okay, so anything else on the 90s, 2000s? The trends. Do you feel like the trends in makeup are going back to that?
No.
Okay, I hope not.
I don't, nobody wants thin eyebrows like that. And,
I hope not.
And I just can't imagine like really metallic all over eye with no definition.
I made a big mistake by making my eyebrows thinner and thinner and thinner back in the day.
Yeah, I got my eyes waxed once at a women's expo, which I recommend no one do because it was like $10, whatever. And I told the lady I don't want them thin, and she made them so thin. And then it was so embarrassing because at the time I had a retail shop and I had to grow them out. And so people are coming in. I have this chic little store, and my eyebrows were just like
they look like they're over, growing in. Yeah.
Yeah. They were over plucked already. They were over waxed, and then I'm growing them in, and it's all growing in
So then it looks like you're not maintaining.
Yeah. And it just looked like sloppy.
It was a mistake.
And I was just like, but I can't, I have to just let it grow out. And I couldn't pluck anything because I needed to let everything grow in.
That's when you needed a really good brow pencil, which there's so many brow products now but they didn't have it back in the day.
No, you were trying to use like an eyeliner, all kinds of crap. Yeah. And it was just not the vibe. I do have to say, I'm very thankful that there's so many more makeup brands now and beauty brands. Totally. And just we didn't have those cute little stars to cover your pimples or anything. There was no pimple patches. If you had a big old whitehead, you were just either gonna have to pop that sucker early so you didn't have to go to school with it on your face, or just try to cover it with makeup. And now it's I see the girlies out and they have
highlighting.
Yeah, but now they even they just wear them out with their little pimple patches on their face and nobody's saying anything. And it's just I love that. It's just a lot more is accepted now.
Well, I will say that one of the I enjoy fashion.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. And then there's some influencers that I appreciate and follow, and I feel like I kind of learn from. But there's a Facebook group that is all about fashion related. It's kind of a part of this one influencer lady, but blah, blah, blah. That's not the point. The point is there's a Facebook group where people post questions about fashion.
Yeah.
And I'm a part of that group. And so so many people ask can I still wear this? Or are people wearing XYZ? And so I actually appreciate a lot of the questions because I kind of have similar ones. I've talked about are we wearing riding boots? Or and I shouldn't say it like that. Like, are we? Because so many people answer the questions, and I appreciate it because they say, do you like it? Do you feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Then wear it. Yep. Like, don't have the culture around you or the stores around you necessarily like telling you like, this is fashionable. This is what you need to be wearing to an extent. I mean, I want to be, what I consider like cute. Yeah. But I like kind of keeping up with it, so to speak. But I am not on board with all the 90s stuff. Let me just say that. I don't like these shirts that are like, they have like the outline of your boobs and then the boning that like goes down, like, right? Yeah. Like, I just saw that the other day and I'm like, why? Like, it's like a Madonna shirt kind of like, it's like tight and like, I don't want to wear that. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's for me. Yeah. No. But still. It's like, I don't really think it's for anyone. I don't want to see it. Okay. I don't want to see it.
Here's my thing when it comes to fashion of any era. Wear what you want. 2000s fashion, like early. I'm not going to be wearing a lot of it. You know, I've embraced the boot cut or the flare pant. I'm good with that. I'm with you. Most of the other stuff I won't. I hope like everybody can do what they want. I hope that people don't embrace what body positivity was back then, as far as like that era of like, hey, let's see how small we can get, and having the media talk about that in such horrible ways.
No, thank you.
Let's just keep it where everybody, your body is your body, and rock it whatever it looks like, and just be happy in your own skin. Then do whatever you want. Like, my big thing is like, I just don't want young girls to think they have to be
a certain size
or worse, a certain weight. Cause it used to be like, oh, you have to be 100 pounds kind of thing. And it's just insane. Like, let's just try to be healthy and, you know, and embrace our bodies and enjoy our bodies. Yeah. And put whatever adornments we want on them, unless it has boning.
Yeah. No, no thank you for that.
If you're enjoying the podcast and would like to support the show, you can share episodes with your friends and family, follow us on Instagram at the Geriatric Millennials, or leave us a positive review and rating, all which help us to grow. Our theme music was created by the Finley Ghost. Check out their latest album now. Thank you so much.